对，现在这张木瓜大战可能现场呢大概只有一半的观众可以知道有木瓜大战这么一件事，其中大概还有一半的人能够亲眼目睹木瓜大战的之后的一些故事。
Place match. It is still a very, very important match to the fans, a very, very important match to the players here at WCG 2012 Grand Finals. We have Sky versus Moon. Man, Moon has had such a good tournament this year. He really put a lot into it. Moon, of course, a Night Elf player from Korea, ended up going down to Ted, the Chinese superhero, undead player. He's going up in the finals. Mundo having to play for third place against this guy right here. It is Sky, a human player, been doing very, very well all tournament. And this is just an awesome classic Warcraft 3 match. I am new to this game completely. Never really watched it or casted it before this weekend, but I gotta say, I love watching Warcraft 3. I love the passion that the crowds have here, and I hope it comes back next year. I gotta be honest. I really hope we see Warcraft 3 at WCG Grand Finals 2013. I don't know if we will or not. We'll see, but fact is that there's really nothing out there that can replace Warcraft 3. It's one of a kind in the esports world right now here at WCG, and this is for the third and fourth place match. This is how much China loves Warcraft 3. You can hear the crowd, I'm sure, through my microphone. Let's get into it.
WCG 世界总决赛服火爆开启，12月1日13点登陆 LD、NewTV、CN，先到50级 WCG 世界总决赛选手战袍双手奉上，冲破60级 WCG 专属座椅限量送出，奖品丰富，静待归属，一切尽在 L.NewTV.CN。
Guys, get ready. World Elite Sky versus Fnatic Moon. A battle for third place, but if you look at that crowd, it looks like a finals to me. The crowd is pumped. I'm pumped. Night Elf versus Human. Let's get into the game. And here we have Sky spawning as the red human player. The bottom left part of this map. No idea what any of these maps are called. Do not know. And he's just going to start his first farm and get the barracks going as well, probably. Get the footmen building. There he is. And we have Moon from South Korea. Looks like we have a militia out just scouting around the map, trying to find Moon. I believe this is a 4-player map. Again, I'm not too familiar with it myself, but just looking at the base layout, looking at everything, it does appear to be a 4-player map. And just the scouting path that Sky is sending his militia kind of tells me that as well. And as you can see, the barracks getting done. Moon working on producing some wisps, getting his economy up and running as well. And if the previous games I've seen have been any indication, probably going to be starting to produce those archers. It looks like the peasant, I'm sorry, yeah, it is a peasant, never mind. Peasant, I think he just barely missed that wisp on that tree. I think that's what the observer was trying to show us. And you can see all the sponsors there for WCG. And those chairs, man, I gotta say, they're so comfortable. I'm sitting in one right now. Wish I could take one home in the plane with me, but that would be kind of awkward. And we'll have to see what these players decide to go for. Now, normally it seems like in every matchup, you go for Demon Hunter first as your starting hero for Night Elf. And for Human, I've seen Archmage picked quite a bit. And I'm still kind of learning this all myself, but that is apparently what's going on. So, we see a little bit of scouting, a little bit of creep camps being disturbed. And these players are just going to start their farming pretty soon. Start to try to get a level or two on those heroes. Moon farming a little bit early with the Ancient of War. Trying to get that going a little bit quicker, but the militia from Sky actually being a little bit annoying there. And Moon has to pull back, it looks like. And so there we go. It doesn't look like he did go for the Demon Hunter first, so maybe this is different I haven't seen Night Elf versus Human before, I believe, so still kind of learning what heroes get picked first. As you can see, looks like a Warden. Okay, so Moon starting with a Warden. Elsa Iron Cell. She's like at the cellular level, she's made of iron. That's tough, man. You can see the Water Elemental for the Archmage that Sky hired. It's going to get taken out fairly quickly, but that is a spell, so it's not like it's anything that is going to be too difficult to replace. You don't really want to lose it too early, but no big deal. And yeah, there's the level 1 Archmage for Sky. And Moon putting out those forward Ancients of War to kind of keep an eye on those creep camps, I'm guessing. Making a lot of assumptions while I cast this, but whatever. I'm enjoying it. Manath Mage Singer, that's his name. Manath Mage Singer. And yep, some more militia being made by Sky right now, and Moon is going to send his Warden to the other side of the map. So I feel like what we've seen Moon did a really good job in so far in this tournament from the games I've seen, especially in his Night Elf versus Night Elf against a different player to make it to the semifinals. He was able to do such a good job of controlling the creep camps on his opponent's side of the map. And we'll have to see if he can do something like that today. In the meantime, it looks like Sky going for this gold mine up in the top left, that creep camp as well. I think that's... No, that's not a gold mine actually, is it? I'm such a noob. And there's Moon farming a little bit more. It looks like he's going to try to disrupt this. Maybe he's going to be able to steal that Ogre. And I think he may have gotten it. Yeah, he did. He certainly did. Or, no, he didn't actually. No, my bad. I was looking at the levels, not the the numbers on the levels, but how full it was. Oh, well, there's level 2 for the Warden. So he is going to be able to stay fairly close. And it looks like he's going to just take up some of these militia here. Yeah, Sky. Oh, Sky! He traps the Warden. Great positioning there, but it looks like Moon does fade out. He does use his invisibility. I swear I knew the name for that at one point, because I have it in World of Warcraft. He's going to TP out of there. In the meantime, farming with his Ancient of War back home. And he's going to just go ahead and pick up the item that was dropped after the Ancient of War killed that camp. So Sky right now definitely has the crowd behind him. He really, really wants to take this, wants to take third place. And it'd be a big deal for Moon, though, to do this as well. I mean, we don't know if Warcraft 3 is going to be around next year. This could be the last major Warcraft 3 tournament ever. So this is big. All these guys wanting to win it so bad. We found out that some players are planning on retiring anyway. We talked to Remind earlier this week, and he told us that this is going to be his last tournament as a pro gamer. He's actually not only retiring from Warcraft 3, but he's retiring from pro gaming altogether after WCG Grand Finals 2012. So it's, more or less the end of an era. I mean, I hope Warcraft 3 stays around, but we don't know. It's quite possible that this is going to be the last tournament. Second base, looks like that was a gold mine. Second base being put up by Sky right now. Moon has yet to expand himself, just trying to play a harassment style there. Just taking out militia here and there. And Moon does have that level of advantage for now anyway on his Warden. And we're going to wait to see what sort of units he's going to produce next at this point. I'm curious why Moon isn't expanding yet. It seems like if he's not expanding, he must be planning on putting some heavy pressure possibly on his opponent. It looks like he has picked up some archers, and he does have trolls as well. Troll berserkers, I believe that is, so he may have picked up a mercenary camp at some point. We probably saw that earlier. It was probably really obvious and I missed it, but whatever, guys. I'm doing my best. There's the Warden. He's going to go ahead and get some more farm on those footmen, on those militia from Sky. And Sky right now coming down towards the base of Moon. He's going to try to take out one of those wisps, and the wisp barely does escape. No, it doesn't. He actually does pick it up. Or it may have jumped on the tree at the very end. I thought he did pick that up. just poking away, doing some scouting, and Moon will be able to chase him out. The Ancient of Lore taking some fire. Actually, Moon may not be able to stop this. Moon's Ancient of Lore is constructing, but he may need to cancel. It's getting so low. The Elemental's getting after it. Oh, he takes it out. Moon saves his Ancient of Lore. Very close call for our Korean player. And, yep. Troll Shadow Priest. That's scary. Moon actually did a lot of damage to Sky's Archmage as well, too, so he's going to need to be careful. He's still at level 2. Looks like he did buy a Goblin Zeppelin. So he's going to be able to start doing some drop play, and that's really what Sky is known for. He does a lot of drop stuff using those Goblin Zeppelins. He's also got those Goblin Shredders as well, I guess, so picking up his own mercenary camp. Hiring some extra units of his own. And did he get any guard towers up at his natural expansion yet? Or is that, yeah, it looks like he does have one. I believe that is just an arrow tower. And there's Sky dropping off his units up at the natural. Moon's going to continue to kind of farm. His hero is actually 2 levels ahead of Sky right now. And that may be normal in this matchup, but it would seem like you wouldn't really want to give your opponent a big lead as far as that goes in Warcraft 3. 2 levels is pretty significant in a game where you very, very seldom see your heroes even reach level 6. Being level 4 as opposed to level 2 is pretty big. And you can see how he's just absolutely owning these creep camps. And again, this is what I was talking about earlier. The creep camps on his opponent's side of the map. Taking most of that one before TPing back. Elsa Ironcell is looking pretty buff this game. And he's sending some wisps and some units over. Okay, looks like he's going to just go ahead and attack here. And Moon, remember, still on one base. This could be what we were talking about. He's going right after the keep. Town Hall almost becoming a keep. Will Moon be able to take it out here? Sky scrambling to come back. It's getting about half health. He's going to need to start repairing that, and he is with his peasants, trying to keep that alive. Moon just doesn't... Oh, does he have the damage? He may, but no, I think the peasants should be able to keep it alive. Just barely, maybe. Barely, and Sky's army is getting closer. Here he comes. Moon needs to get out of there. Yeah, he's cost Sky a lot of resource gathering time. He's done a lot of damage to that. Sky's having to use some resources to repair his keep again. But Moon doing pretty well. Sky has picked up the, I believe that's the Pandaren Brewmaster as well for Sky. And yeah, the Warden just covering while the army of Moon does escape. So will Moon go for his second hero yet? We haven't seen it at the moment. Some footmen in that Zeppelin at the moment. And I want to see the level on the Archmage right now. I want to see where that's at. I want to see where Manath, Spell Singer, or Mage Singer, there he is. He's level 3 now. Okay, so Moon's a little bit ahead yet. And he's going to come in to try to attack again. The keep does have full health. He's going to go after the barracks instead, it looks like. 2 barracks right now for Sky. Sky, in the meantime, going up to his second expansion. Unloading there. And is he going to respond to this? He's just going to let Moon have that barracks, I guess. Moon does TP back. Is Warden going back for some reason? And yeah, so Moon did take out that one barracks. He may be able to take out the second one. So not incredibly major damage being done by Moon, but he is being annoying at least. We have reached the night phase as well. And there are like little changes in the game that happen with this, but I'm not terribly familiar with what those would be. And look at this, the Archmage taking some damage. Sky needs to juke back just a little bit. Moon has a very large army here. He has the Archers, the Troll Berserkers, and this is Archmage level 3 against the level 5 Warden. And now it's day again, apparently. Here comes the Archmage. Moon losing some forces, but they're going to go ahead and fight here. The Goblin Shredder doing some damage to some of Moon's units. He's going to have to pull back. The Water Elemental goes down. And now Sky apparently pushing in just a little bit here. Slowly pushing Moon back. He does have 2 heroes. And yeah, Moon's going to need to make a run for it. And the glaive thrower getting very, very low. That's the last one. No, Moon just has one left. The Pandaren Brewmaster almost getting caught, though. The Archmage getting low as well. And there's a crazy-looking ability. Moon totally chasing Sky away. Sky has to TP out with his Archmage. He's going to take everybody out of there. Yeah, and that is going to allow Moon to get a little bit more control here. But keep in mind, Moon doesn't really have another base. I mean, I think he has Wisps out on the map gathering resources too, but I'm not terribly familiar with it. Yeah, that gold mine is saturated. And here comes Moon yet again. Spirit of Vengeance doing some damage to the buildings here. That tower is never going to finish. That's going down. Sky has to respond, sending down his Archmage and his Brewmaster. And there's the Warden. Oh, there's the Warden for Moon, level 6. So I believe that must have been the ultimate for that hero. Moon just counting everything on one hero. Here he comes. And Moon, will he be able to take on two heroes and an army with just his single Warden? It looks like he can. Town Portal activated for that Archmage. And he's going to get out of there. Yeah, back to the top base. And that's going to leave Moon free to go after the bottom main base of Sky. He's taking out the second barracks right now, sending his Warden up to the other base as well. Sky's going to have to micro really well with the Zeppelin. Look at the damage being done to the Warden right now. Moon being held off by Sky. And Moon in the meantime still taking up buildings down at this bottom base. Most of the important tech structures are up at the second expansion for Sky, though, so things could be worse. It's not the end of the world to lose those buildings for him. Moon looking pretty good, though. Supply-wise, we have Sky at 46 out of 60 right now. He's almost hitting low upkeep. He's pretty close to that. Haven't seen Moon's supply for a little while. I'm going to click now, and he's at 43, so both players fairly close to that low upkeep. And so we're probably going to see them stay there for a little bit. And Moon, not really doing a whole lot right now. Sky doing some farm. Trying to level up that Pandaren Brewmaster. And Maneth Mage Singer still level 3. Equal with the Brewmaster. Sky just using that Zeppelin to transfer things around here. Has to get away from that Warden. And what is that shadow thing? That appears to be, the Zeppelin. Oh, barely gets off the Pandaren Brewmaster, but that could be a little bit dangerous here. The Archmage is there as well. The Archmage trying to TP. Can Moon make something out of this? No, it looks like Sky gets away just in time. That Zeppelin is on fire, man. That's in trouble. Sky needs to be careful here. Moon on the offensive. Taking out some farms. It's going to lower the supply amount. Brewmaster's out yet again. He's going to breathe fire on the glaive thrower. Yeah, Moon needs to be careful here. Sky, rather, needs to be careful here. His drop play has been very effective this tournament, but Moon seems to be handling it. That Zeppelin getting very low. It gets taken out. The units were unloaded from it, but that does leave some of them out in the open. The Brewmaster a little bit trapped here. It is level 3, though, so it's not going to die quite as quickly. Moon's Warden is now level 7. That's the highest level hero I've seen in this tournament yet. And he's going to Town Portal out and let his units continue to do damage while he goes back home. Yet again, gets a little bit of healing. Moon so far trading pretty well with Sky, it seems like. Man, I'm yawning a lot today. I don't know why that is. It's very strange. Wolf is literally asleep in the chair next to me. Maybe that's why. Could be. And so, what do we have going on here? Sky taking some more damage at home. That Zeppelin extremely low. 16 hit points left on that. And it looks like Moon coming in once again to this main base of Sky. Not a lot Sky can do. about this at the moment. The Brewmaster coming in to do some damage to that glaive thrower. Brewmaster taking some pretty heavy damage here. And he's going to need to split up. Yeah, Sky splits his forces. Running away with that Brewmaster. And that Shadow doing some decent damage for Moon. Oh, the Brewmaster got taken out. And that's going to be a big problem for Sky. Moon just kind of slowly over time overwhelming his opponent. Sky down to 26 supply right now to the 43 of Moon. Moon basically doubling him. And yeah, that Warden just got out of control this game. Sky was never really able to put any significant pressure on Moon all game long. And Moon slowly, surely has been chipping away at Sky. And he's going to continue to do that. Arcane Sanctum is up right now for Sky. He's got 2 of them, in fact. And yeah, Moon just continuing, kind of par for the course right now. Moon doing some damage to the remaining units of Sky. It doesn't look like Sky is going to be able to come out with the win in game 1. From what we can see here, I don't think he's going to be able to stop him. Down to just a few units left with that Archmage. Just an Archmage, and there he loses yet another one. Pretty much only the Archmage remaining at the space. The last peasant falls, and Moon will take out the keep. Those glaive throwers have such long range. Wow. Look at that. GG, there it is. And Moon taking game 1. The hope of China for 3rd place on the line here. Moon, though, wants to come away from a medal in what could be the last major Warcraft 3 tournament ever. And he's taken game 1. You can see the concentration on his face. He really, really wants this. He hasn't really been able to get the success in StarCraft 2 that he wanted to over time. He did very well initially at events like some... Man, tons of fans. Look at that crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. It's packed. There's literally lines going out to the walls. Even outside, people are standing just to get a glimpse of these superstars.
China loves Warcraft 3, man. I hope it doesn't go away. I hope it comes back next year.
Yeah, it's such a good game. I mean, it's one of those things that you can never really get bored of if you're a fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, and there's really nothing that can replace it right now. There's no other RTS that's like Warcraft 3.
Yeah, something that implements heroes and units as well.
Yeah, I mean, if people can play Brood War for 10 years, 12 years, 13 years, why not Warcraft 3, man? I don't see any reason why this game has to go away.
True. It's just that good.
Yeah. I'm going to learn to play it, actually, when I get back to Korea. That's my plan. I've decided I want to try to play Undead, and I'm going to try to learn that.
Yeah.
Just for fun. I don't know if I'm going to be casting it. I don't know if I'm going to be, I'm just going to play it for fun.
Oh, yeah. I highly recommend it to anyone that enjoys RTSs.
Sweet.
What a better place than train in Korea.
I know, seriously. Yeah, a lot of former Warcraft 3 players there, and Todd and Grubby, both good friends of mine, so I can always hit them up for advice if I need it.
Oh, yeah. Hall of Fame players for sure.
Although I suppose I'll have to play like either human or orc if I'm going to talk to those guys.
Well, I'm sure they're just as good with the other races as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have to know the ins and outs of all of them.
Well, when I was having, I had a dinner with Grubby in Korea a couple weeks ago, and he and I were talking about Warcraft 3, and he was always saying that, and keep in mind this is coming from an orc player, but he was saying he always thought Undead felt like the strongest race.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah, it's, I too believe it's one of the easier races to play. Also
Sounds
the strongest. Well, because you can go generally the same build. You can go the Death Knight, Lich, the Crypt Fiend, so you can master that one build and then essentially just learn the micro with all those units.
And that's usually Crypt Fiend into Obsidian Statue into Destroyer, right?
Correct.
From what I've seen? Cool.
Yeah.
I've been studying, man. I've been studying Warcraft 3.
Not bad for 3 days worth of spectating there.
It's so cool. I mean, I was a huge fan of Warcraft 2 back in, like, when I was a kid, when I was a little kid. All I did was play Warcraft 1, Orcs and Humans, and it was Warcraft 2. It's all I played until StarCraft came out in the late 90s, and I've always regretted not really being able to get into Warcraft 3, just being busy with other things, and, now I think I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to make time.
Yeah,
I've been a huge fan of the Warcraft lore and everything for so long, but, yeah.
Yeah, Blizzard's done a wonderful job.
They sure have, yeah. So, game number 2. Do you know the name of this map?
Maybe Ancient Isles. I don't remember the map name in particular.
And this is a 2-player map, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's only 2 places that the players can spawn.
Yeah. And now the other games I've seen on this map, it seems like it's generally a map that people do expand on.
Yeah. Oh, and it does look like Sky's going to go all in here. He's going to try to send his peons in and build some towers.
Here he goes. It's a straight-up tower rush. The infamous human tower rush. Will he be able to make it work, though? Sky has his Warden out. The Mountain King out right now for Sky. He's going to go after that Moonwell, try to limit the supply for Moon, it looks like. And those towers are going up. I don't know. What do you think, man? Do you think Moon can hold this off?
This is going to be tough. He wasn't able to creep that mercenary camp, which gives him additional units.
Yeah.
Plus, he was basically trying to level up off that. So now he's got to make some Ancient of Wars, and he can uproot those and use those to try to defend off this attack. But right now he's getting denied Moonwell kills. That first tower is going to get up pretty soon.
It looks like the peasants, though, not building at the moment. They're waiting for the Mountain King to get back. It looks like Moon's still trying to use that archer to get access to that mercenary camp. The Moonwell actually getting very, very low. How much supply does the Moonwell give you?
I don't know.
We'll find out as soon as it gets killed and drops. And so Moon in a little bit of trouble here. The tower did finish. Oh, man. And he's going to lose that Berserker, too. Wow. Moon's in trouble here. 2 towers up now.
Meanwhile, he was able to take out a couple of peasants there, which will prevent Sky from repairing.
All right, Moon trying to come back, trying to defend the Ancient of War, slowly trudging over towards those towers. Moon has to pull back his Warden for just a moment. He did save that Moonwell as well. There we go. Now the Ancient of Warden will go to work. Moon coming in again. The tower's targeting the Warden, though. It looks like Sky doing some specific targeting with the towers. Makes sense. And he's mining back at home. Uh-oh.
Oh, and those arcane towers sapping all that mana.
The Warden's getting pretty low, though, too.
Yeah, and those Moonwells won't replenish as much since the mana is absorbed, so it splits amongst HP and mana when using it.
Interesting. So now this is... So basically in Warcraft 3 you can do arrow tower or you can do this kind of tower?
Correct,
Arcane
yeah,
tower?
on tier 1.
I see. And can you upgrade to cannon towers later like you could in Warcraft 2 and all that? Okay. So what's the advantage of getting the arcane tower? You said it drains mana?
Yeah, it's quicker to build. It'll sap the mana from the Warden.
Okay.
Which is really good, again, because you won't be able to replenish as much HP and mana from those Moonwells.
I see. Okay. Well, it looks like Moon does hold for now, but it really cost him quite a bit. I feel like, who do you think is ahead right now?
It's kind of even, actually. If all of Moon's archers still have full HP, he's got that Ancient of War taxing damage on that Arcane Tower, forcing those peons to repair, which is also draining resources from Sky. But the good thing for Sky here is that his Warden is really low.
Yeah.
So if he can get from his Mountain King a Thunderbolt onto that Warden, he could essentially take him out. But Moon doing a good job detonating his Wisps and sapping the mana from the Mountain King.
Okay.
And it's about to turn daytime in a couple minutes here, so Moon won't be able to use his hiding ability on his units.
I see. Shadow Meld, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. World of Warcraft, man. Yep. So you can't use Shadow Meld during the day, huh? I see. Sky's got his barracks up. He's making some footmen now. And he's got a second tower. Oh, no, that's his first town hall. Never mind. Just making some more peasants. There's a detonation for the Wisp yet again.
And it does look like Moon will most likely hold this. And look at his archers who shadow melding and triple surrounded that Mountain King. So that Mountain King actually can't move right now.
Wow. That is so smart. Moon coming in with his Warden, finishing off the last peasants. The Mountain King trying to do damage to that Moonwell. He does take it out. He kills the Moonwell, but Sky, he can't quite get the surround on the Mountain King. His Warden's just too low. And it's nighttime again, though.
Yeah, just momentarily. It's an item you can purchase from the Night Elf shop.
Oh, okay. So you can actually adjust day and night with the Night Elf race?
Yeah, and it gives you your moon wells. They can only replenish its resources during nighttime.
Ah, okay.
That little bit will help. So Sky there, it does look like he's going to have to back off. And Moon, he's got that Huntress Hall coming up, so he's going to be able to build those Huntresses.
Okay,
which are really buff against Footmen.
Huh.
And Sky also supply block here.
Oops. It is daytime again. Good morning, Sky. And Sky's going to lose another farm, so he's going to be even more supply blocked as well, unless he starts to rebuild right now. Looks like he's just going to be content to do a little bit of creeping with his Mountain King down at the bottom. So now that this Rush King really be game?
It will be.
Okay.
It will be. It's a good counter versus the Warden because it's a strength hero. It has more hit points. So right now, Sky, he's going to try to go back to a normal game. He's going to try to get this expansion up. And he needs to get guard towers up as soon as possible. Because if Moon attacks with those Huntresses, it's going to be, again, a really buff versus those Footmen.
Looks like Moon using his Ancient Award to secure that mercenary camp. And there's some more farms going down now for Sky, trying to get himself out of the red. And Moon will have those extra units too. Can you only get Troll Berserkers out of that mercenary camp, or is it kind of a selection of units and you pick one?
Early game, you can get the Troll Berserker, which is just the basic DPS ranged attack hero or character.
Yeah.
You can get a Shadow Priest, which can heal, and then you can get an Ogre, one of those Ogre things we see right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this Mountain King, if he's not careful, he might actually get surrounded.
Yeah, Moon trying to get it. He's trying to flank with his Warden. The Archer's doing damage from afar, and Moon is bringing this Mountain King very, very low, actually. The Footmen get there just in time to disrupt the Archers and the Huntresses, so Moon will just be chasing with the Warden. I don't know, man. Do you think he's going to get out?
We'll see. If the Warden has another... Oh, does force a teleport. That's big time.
So there's the town portal, taking things back to Sky's base. Now, what does the town portal cost in Warcraft 3? Like, what's the...
350 gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a lot of money.
And does it have any sort of cooldown? Or is it just 350 gold straight up?
Yeah, 350 gold, and you could purchase them whenever you want. Instant cooldown.
I see. All right, well, that's going to be a little bit of a drain on resources for Sky to have to do that. Not to mention, I feel like he's probably not going to be able to creep as well with that Mountain King now because his health is kind of low. Right,
so he has to play more passive. He doesn't have that teleport to rely on in case he gets jumped.
Yeah, he has less than 100 gold right now. Ooh, there's a Wisp that's been spotted in that tree, although maybe the militia's just like, something looks weird about this tree. I don't know what it is. Something's not right. Yeah. And so, right now, Sky just trying to get that second expansion up and running, or first expansion rather, second base up and running. And the Warden's already level 4. We saw Moon get to level 6 so quickly last game, it seemed like. And once he was able to use his ultimate and kind of use that Shadow as like a second hero, then things just really started to go downhill fast for Sky. And looks like Sky taking his own mercenary camp. Trying to for now anyway. And it looks like Moon did pick up a Shadow Priest too, just for a little bit extra healing. Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if Moon's going to try to apply some pressure early on. Once they both get their expansions, that Moon has an option to play late game or try to take out this expansion a little early on. So
I'd love to see a late game. Night Elf versus Human. I feel like the games I've seen have been all in all pretty quick, so it'd be cool to see. I've seen one game with a Black Dragon in it so far.
Oh, have you? Nice.
It was the very, very, very end of the game, though. It was more showboating than anything, I think, but it was kind of cool. Kind of the carrier of Warcraft 3 as far as if you compare it to StarCraft 2.
I see Mountain King picking up that invisibility potion. He's going to go in there. He doesn't have a... Moon kind of senses that.
Yeah. Can you see invisible units? Is there kind of like a
No,
shimmer?
we see that ward right there. There was a sentry ward that gives the ability for map vision.
Well, he's got it. He's chasing Grim Thunderbrew across the map. Level 3 Mountain King trying to get away. He's going to escape up to Moon's base, ironically. Moon looks like he has quite a few wards, actually, around this area.
Yeah, you get 2 of them. And so he's placing one at the expansion, one in the middle of the map.
Okay.
I think this is more of just scouting purposes.
Huh.
Because if the Mountain King would reveal its position, it would get hunted down and then be forced to use another teleport.
And Moon continuing to creep a little bit. Getting some more levels for his Warden. And I was talking about this last game. I feel like one of the things Moon does really well is controlling creep camps on his opponent's side of the map.
Yeah.
And it seems like on this map, just from the layout, it would be a little bit more difficult to do that. But he's getting to the point now where he's going to probably be thinking about moving over there and trying to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's taken that middle camp so far. Oh, and that Sentry Ward does reveal the Mountain King.
Yep.
But he's going to be able to run away safely out of that range. Then Moon using a reveal item there.
Huh.
So, he might actually be able to hunt this one down.
Oh, man.
The Mountain King might run into the second ward in the middle.
We'll see. He's getting very low. Here comes Moon trying to get this around, and he almost does. There is enough gold, so there's the town portal from Sky, but once again, his Mountain King just not being effective at all. And Moon's going to get that Murloc camp, it looks like, for free.
Moon's so smart, knowing that Mountain King might have invisibility, picking up the Dust of Appearance, setting those wards.
Now, it's kind of a random drop, right? You get random items from creep camps, and that's one of those, or is that something you buy?
Yeah, I believe he picked that one up. You can buy that.
Oh, okay.
There's that particular item, the Sentry Wards, you have to pick those up.
Right.
Which is a great item. Obviously, having map control and map vision is such an important part of RTSs.
Yeah, for sure. And Moon's got quite a few wards now. And he's going to keep going back to that Goblin Merchant, I guess?
Yeah, he's picking up items. He's got those 2 healing scrolls, which AoE heals for 250 hit points.
Oh, nice.
He's got the invulnerability potion on the bottom left, which I believe it's like 8 to 10 seconds, which renders the hero invulnerable. He's also going to creep this northern side.
Yeah, with this creep camp, he's going to basically have, once again, taken out more creep camps than his opponent has. He's going to have that advantage, like we see him have in pretty much every game he plays.
And he's also going to hit level 5. He's checking out the shop right now, figuring out what items. And he buys, he gets the illusion item. He's going to use that from further map vision.
And you know what that scroll is that he just picked up?
That scroll is, I don't know what it's called, but it gives you AoE damage bonus for all your units.
Okay.
I think it's the Scroll of Beast or something, Beast Scroll.
Well, that'll be helpful. Certainly with the... So does that stack on top of, like, the Fan of Knives, too, or whatever?
The Fan of Knives is... No, not for spells. It's just pure physical attacks.
I see. There's that illusion just harassing the mineral line. The peasants mining gold. Another TP from the Mountain King. Still sitting at level 3. I suppose gold is kind of a mineral too, really.
Yeah.
Just a different kind of minerals and minerals.
And so both players right now, they have their expansions up, and they're staying below that 50 unit count level, because you do get the full 10 gold for staying under 50, and then once you go over 50 units, it switches to 7 gold mine per peon or peasant or wisp.
So, how many bases total are there on this map? Are there 2 more gold mines? I think I see like one in the bottom left and one in the bottom right.
No, right? There's 2. There's 1 expansion for each base.
Oh, okay.
And
so this is it. No more expanding for either of these players this game. Yeah. Interesting. Another Murloc camp. Murloc's, of course, one of the most annoying races in all of Blizzard franchises. In my opinion. I don't know. And Sky's going to go ahead and take this one, though. Moon is here. He's going to try to steal the big creeps, it looks like, and do some damage. The Brewmaster has been picked up by Sky as well in the meantime. He also has an Archmage, too. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That Brewmaster is Moon's, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And Moon trying to take out that Berserker. Oh, he does get stunned. He's got to be a little bit careful taking some damage on that Warden. But he will continue to harass just a little bit. And, once again, we see Moon just keeping Sky on his side of the map. He's just not really letting him. He's not letting Sky really get any creep camps without a fight. Oh, but there's another stun on the Warden. He has to blink away. And looks like he used something to get some speed out of it too.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I'm sorry, the speed?
Like, what was the blink followed by? It seems like Warden's running a lot faster than he normally would.
He has the boots of speed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the boots of speed allow him to run faster.
Oh, I see.
And I think I just saw him use a Tomb of skill relearning ability where it resets all your skills so you can pick more skills. Oh, we see peons here moving out into militia form. Looks like Sky's going to try to do another tower attack here. He's got a timing push, so we're going to see some towers here. Moon's going to try to defend this.
He knows the Warden is low, so this may not be a bad time to do it. He's going to push. Here we go. 3 towers coming up right now. Moon trying to defend. He's got his Brewmaster. His Warden does have full health again. It is level 5, but there is the Archmage for Sky. And here comes Sky right now. And Ancient of War is coming in for Moon, trying to get in position to do some damage. And the Warden very, very low. Moon can't escape. He's using his heals. He's trying to stay alive, but the Warden goes down. Oh, that's huge for Moon. All he has is his Brewmaster, and that does not have a lot of health left. That may be it for Moon. Moon's in trouble now.
Yeah, absolutely. Archmage is level 3. Panda's still only level 1. The towers are almost finished building.
Yeah.
All of Sky's units are almost full HP. And it does look like Moon has rebought his Warden. I just saw that Shadow Bolt ability heard there.
Really good timing push here, though, by Sky.
Yeah,
able to get in here just the right time. And Moon will actually lose one of his Ancients of War. The other one getting very low as well. And that will go down. And it looks like Sky just completely setting up shop here. He wants to take this base for himself.
That's correct. He's going to set up more towers there. And he's going to force Moon to try to attack in. Unfortunately, there's going to be so many towers built up by the time Moon is ready.
So you've got some dwarves there. Dwarven sharpshooters, we call them. And here comes Moon. The last desperate push here. Pandaren Brewmaster does hit level 2, but yeah, the Mountain King very, very high level, 4 levels. And the Warden getting low again. Moon doesn't have enough gold right now to town portal out of there if he needs to.
Yeah, and Sky will hold this expansion.
Yeah. I think Moon's done, man. I don't know. Can he come back off of one base against this?
No, I don't think at this point. Yeah, right now he's 20, 25 units less than Sky.
Yep.
Sky's got so many towers up here. Really good army compilation with those ranged riflemen, with the priests healing.
Yeah, he's basically doubling Moon's supply right now.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change at all. I mean, when you have 3 bases like this, I would assume that's when you can, push up towards 100 supply even if you want to, right?
True.
Oh, drew it to the claw out now for Moon. But maybe too little too late. I mean, if it can provide enough of a damage buffer in the front lines, maybe Moon can do decently, but
I think the only hope right now for Moon is possibly picking off one of the heroes of Sky. And right now he's just kind of looking for reinforcements right now. Maybe pick off some straggling units.
That Mountain King getting very high level as well. Tied against the Warden, and now Sky's going to move into the main base. Doesn't look like Moon's going to be able to stop this from ending the game. He's going to try one last desperation move by Moon. Here he comes detonating the Wisps. Big detonation there, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like Moon's going to be able to hold this army off. It's just way too large.
He's got a couple of bears, which is a tier 3 unit, but Sky's micro is too good. He's not going to allow his units to get picked off one by one.
Yeah. Looks like he does have a Mud Golem as well. And, oh man, the Brewmaster goes down. And yeah, there's just not a lot that Moon can do here. So now, why do people keep picking up Brewmasters? It seems like they're fairly fragile heroes.
They are, but if you can get him to level 3, that's where he can be really impactful. He's got the Breath of Fire, which is the AoE damage, and then some DOT at the end. So it stacks really well with the Fan of Knives.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. So just kind of a good AoE composition for your heroes anyway.
Yeah, if you can time it right, you'll take out all the weaker units.
Interesting. So Moon sending his Warden across the map right now. Still level 5. Hasn't been able to hit level 6 and get that ultimate yet this game. And it's going to be pretty tough now. It's going to be very difficult for Moon to creep. So what if you're Moon right now? I guess he's going to have to defend this push, but if this push wasn't coming, what would he be trying to do?
He would just sit in his base and just hold, try to make the best army as he can, and then make one final attack and try to take out one of those expansions.
Yeah, so much right now for Sky. Moon capped out at 60 out of 60 supply at the moment. And here we go. Moon trying to come in. Warden gets stunned right in the middle there. The Warden may go down, actually, and if this Warden goes down, that's going to be it for Moon. But he's got so many Druids of the Claw right now. He's actually pushing Sky back just a little bit.
Mountain King almost goes down.
Wow. There's the town portal.
Yeah, that's good. He has a little bit of window now to attack, try to take out some of those towers back at Moon's expansion.
Yeah, Moon just stocking up on those Druids of the Claw, able to just use all that HP, just kind of bust right through the lines of Sky. And if Moon comes back, I feel like this would be a pretty crazy comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. But if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Moon.
True enough. 5th race, man. Look at that. He almost took out nearly all the peasants right there.
Yeah, I think he might actually just go in there and try to do it. Oh, and Sky, look at his micro moving those units away.
Yeah.
Behind the defenses of his towers.
Very smart. Even putting the uninjured peasants in the front, too, so Moon would have to kind of wade through those if he wanted to get to him. Yeah, the micro in Warcraft 3 is just so impressive. It's so positional. Very, very cool stuff. And he's going to try to use Fan of Knives again. Wow, takes out 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, and Sky's Moon's halfway to level 6.
Yeah.
So maybe if he can pick off some more units here, win a battle, force another teleport, they could retake back this match a little bit.
That would be huge. And Moon would take the match 2-0 in that case, I believe, as well. I think it's only, I'm pretty sure it's a best of 3 for the 3rd place match. And so at this point, what does Moon do with his Brewmaster? Does he just kind of give up on the Brewmaster and be kind of like, all right, well, you'll just stay with the army and provide a little bit of utility, or do you still try to actively level it?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's almost level 3, so that's good. Yeah. If he can win a small engagement here without losing too many units, that second level of Breath of Fire makes a big difference, especially on those priests and sorcerers. The intelligence characters there for Sky.
So
Sky
many
knows
towers.
He has the economic advantage, so he's just reinforcing that expansion even more.
Well, yeah, you know you can spend that much on defenses when you know your opponent's only going to be able to create as much as they can make off of one base. And you have to think that the gold mines for Moon, the resources for Moon, have got to be starting to get a little bit low, I would imagine.
Yeah.
By this point in the game.
Yeah, he's actually mined out all his minerals. So the only gold he can pick up now is maybe from creeping or selling some items.
Just waiting for that camp to respawn, it looks like. Possibly. How quickly do camps respawn?
The camps do not respawn with
they
creeps.
Don't? Yeah. Okay. So that's it. So basically, once the creep camp is gone, that's it for the game.
Correct.
So in a sense, they're kind of like limited resources as well.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So in that case, Moon's strategy of taking so many of those himself really has helped him out in terms of keeping up on just one base with Sky.
Right.
I see. It's all coming together now. All right. And that's Reeve Eternity. It's going to be in some trouble here. But here comes Moon coming to the second base of Sky. Looks like Sky will lose that unit. Moon has so many Druids here. Tree of Eternity at about half health. And Moon just kind of letting it go. He's going to take out the Town Hall at this bottom base. And that goes down. Moon continuing to push. Sky confident in his abilities to still win just on 2 bases.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Moon here. He's got to defend his buildings. Of course, if all your buildings get eliminated, you lose the match.
Yeah.
And Moon doesn't have... Ooh, nice pickup there.
Whoa.
This actually might get him to level 6.
Wow, and if he gets to level 6 and can use that ultimate, that could change the game. He's so close. There's level 6.
Nice.
Moon hits it. Will he be able to save himself, though? He does not even have enough resources right now to TP back to his base if he needs to.
Yeah, we have a building there. For some reason, he's moving back to his main when he should, in fact, be moving towards his army.
Weird. So we've got a full-on base race right now, and it's going to be tough for Moon to win that. Crazy. And he does have one Moonwell left right there. But that level 6 Warden could be the difference. Looks like he's going to try to, the Observer, I don't know what he's trying to show us exactly.
He's looking around for buildings of Moon. And I think that Ancient of Lore, he does have one Moonwell left in that Hunter's Hall, so there's 3 buildings left on the map. And he's going to try to walk that Ancient of Lore somewhere safe where he can keep it alive. Because if he loses that, it's the only one that can move.
Yeah.
And if he loses that, you can lose a match.
And that's probably why we saw Sky just kind of leave the Moonwell there, because he's like, all right, it's not going anywhere. I need to find the Ancients.
Right. He needed to reinforce his expansion.
So in this game, essentially, we need to see a pretty epic defense of the Ancients by Moon if he's going to win this.
Yeah, he's going to protect that soul building.
This is the real defense of the Ancients right here, guys. And Moon does have his shade. The Malice shade. So does that mean, he did use his ultimate, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
The Avatar of Vengeance. Just taking out some of those defenses.
Yeah, we do see a revealing Fnatic RC Moon there, because when you don't have a main base, it'll reveal all your buildings temporarily.
Only temporarily?
Yes, and then there's a cooldown, so maybe in a couple of minutes again it'll reveal everything that Moon has.
Oh no.
So now Sky knows where all the building units are left of Moon.
He's going to try to eat enough trees as he can to regen some health.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. The Warden is there, so he's going to have to back off. But, Moon can't lose that Ancient of Lore. He has managed to put Sky in a little bit of an awkward situation in that he's kind of split between both sides of the map. But and Moon is at 58 supply right now. So the supply about 20 lower. Spellbreaker will barely make it out, it looks like,
And Sky actually using a Heal of Scroll to save that one Spellbreaker.
Wow. So the humans can recruit High Elves, huh?
Yes, correct.
Interesting.
High Elf lookalikes.
Oh, another Tree of Life being made by Moon.
Oh,
He's
nice.
collected enough resources. This is crazy, guys.
That's huge. He actually sold some items. He was able to pick up some creep kills. And now he's got a Tree of Life.
Wow.
And then Sky's main base has also been mined out.
So essentially it's Moon with a pretty decent army against Sky, who essentially is on one base as well.
Yeah.
So if Moon gets the space up and running, theoretically we could see this game go on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's kind of evened out, actually.
Weird.
Very smart by Moon. Selling some items, getting that Tree of Life, and now in a couple of minutes here you can start making a better army. Which is, you're right. Moon's army is better than Sky's, even though it's less in numbers.
Yeah.
It's higher tier.
So how often can Moon make a new Avatar of Vengeance?
It's pretty often. I think it's always up, actually.
Oh, man, but look at this. The invisibility, and Sky does find Moon's base. Moon is there, though, so it's not like Sky can really do anything about it at the moment.
Yeah, we see Sky using the Sorceress's invisibility item, or spell, which can invis your fellow teammates and characters, and it's going to try to ninja kill this Tree of Life.
Oh, man, he's getting in position. Moon, he needs this to stay alive, guys. There's the reveal, and he's going to try to take out the Druids of the Claw. Can't get there in time, and that Tree of Life is a goner.
Oh.
Wow.
So smart.
Moon fighting, though, now. And can he win this fight? Looks like there is enough to TP. Yeah, he's going to get out of there. Nice play by Sky. Wow.
Yeah, that's just so smart. And
you can see the frustration on Moon's face, too, right there.
Yeah, absolutely. You lose resources when you have to cancel a building that's currently in production.
Yeah.
So, interested to see how much gold Moon has. I believe it was almost 200 gold. So, yeah, he's going to somehow figure out, it's 350, I believe, 375 to make a new main base.
Okay. That's going to be expensive for him.
Yeah, so he's going to have to sell some really good items of his, or...
Okay.
And I believe all the creeps have been farmed out. Maybe that bottom right one is still there to be crept, which will give him an extra 100 or 150 gold.
Huh. All right. Well, we're now descending right into Sky's base.
Yeah, Sky right now, he can't push out. He does have the main base, or one of the bases mining. So he's going to sit there, and he's making mortars, which is an excellent item versus those. It does splash damage. It'll be really good versus those dryads and bears.
Interesting. So Moon remaking his Ancient of Life, his Tree of Life rather, trying to make this work. Yeah, the Dwarven Mortar team though finishing. He's queuing some up even.
Yeah, that's the best counter right now to Moon's army.
Huh. All right. Interesting. So now, how does Moon handle the mortar teams then?
Well, he's got to use his heroes to try to take them out. The Fan of Knives, the Breath of Fire. The problem is that mortar teams have such good range; they can just sit in the back. And with Sky's micro, he's gonna force the heroes to get too far behind his main army, and then he could just focus fire Moon's heroes.
And since Moon doesn't have any glaive throwers, he can't really compete with it.
True. Yeah.
Interesting. There's an item sitting there. Some sort of tome.
Yeah, Tomb of Intelligence there.
Huh. Yep, looks like Mountain King will pick that up. And he's going to go after the few wisps that are there for Moon. Moon has planted his Ancient of War again. Yeah, there's a town portal. Sky right now, I mean, he's very liberal about using his town portals, even being on one base, but I suppose...
that item in particular, it's the same animation as the teleport.
Oh, but it's different.
But it's an item where it takes like 3 to 4 seconds to cast, and it teleports you to a friendly unit building.
I see.
And since Moon doesn't have any stun capabilities, he can't cancel that animation.
Okay. Looks like Moon's going to just go ahead and take out some of these buildings of Sky just so he can't use them anymore. Just to do whatever damage he can. What a crazy game. It looks like Sky, though, moving down to where Moon is trying to rebuild.
Oh, nice. He's got the mortar team invised, which, does more siege damage for his building. So he's going to try to, again, snipe that Tree of Life.
And...
look at Sky. He's blocking that Tree of Life from moving to the expansion.
Moon's got to know something's going on here. Poor Moon. Okay, there we go. Oh, no. The Archmage blocking now. Oh, Moon trying to block with the Wisps here, too. And... what a crazy game.
Nice. Mortar team's positioning behind those trees. Oh, he's going to get this. Moon's army is now...
Oh, Moon again losing his Tree of Life. It's getting so low, and Moon can't save it. Desperately trying to eat some health, eat some trees, and there it goes. And the town portal out. Moon does not have the resources.
Oh, yeah. You can see it on his face right there.
Yeah. Do you stay in the game at this point? I mean, he still has a good army, but do you stay in the game against something like this now?
Yeah, that's your only hope. I mean, you've got to force Sky to come and kill your last remaining building. So now Sky, since he is mining resources, he can just sit back, essentially get up to 100 army, and then just make that final push.
Yeah. And there are those invisible mortar teams again, trying to find another building to kill. It's been such a huge problem for Moon. He has no idea.
Yeah, you're right. I'm surprised Moon didn't realize his Tree of Life doing Sutterceps and moonwalking around.
You'd think he'd know.
Yeah. So
well, if it was moonwalking, maybe that just seems normal to him. Why wouldn't his units moonwalk? That's what he does every day. Like every time Moon walks, it's a moonwalk. He's the only person on Earth who's like permanently moonwalking.
Ooh.
That Spellbreaker's going down. Sorry. Goodbye. Moon really doing everything he can to stay in this game. The Ancient of Lore just kind of hanging out. It's his last building. I think the Moonwell up in the upper left, I think Sky took that out at some point too.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Moon is babysitting that last remaining building.
Yep.
Maybe he's going to try to do a final push with that building staying alive. But yeah, those mortar teams, he can snipe that building so fast, so Sky could just go all in on that one building, lose his entire army, but it doesn't matter if you take a... And Moon just taking a precautionary dust of appearance. Felt like something was up, but yeah, Sky's just still playing passively, building up his army.
Eating some trees.
And we do see another reveal there, so that building down on that bottom map, bottom part of the map.
So what's the point of continuously eating trees even if you're at full health?
If it does take damage, you would instantly start the healing process.
Ah, okay, I see. Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. Yes, the town portal out there. The Mountain King getting very low. And that was so close. Moon nearly killed off the Mountain King, who is still level 5. Wow.
Yeah, that was a scary moment there. That could have put Moon back into the game.
And he's going to try to take advantage of the fact that hero's low health. And he's going to go for it, but yeah, the range from the army right now. Oh, look at this. The Ancient taking fire. Everything being put onto the Ancient of Lore. It's getting very low. Moon desperately trying to save it, but I don't think there's any way. And we are going to have a tie series. 1-1. The game is over, and Sky comes back. Ties up the series. The crowd going crazy. Man, this is like the most intense third place match I've ever seen.
Right. Amazing play. Sky is so smart.
All right, guys, we are back. Turn to stand is the map. I am Doa. With me is Rambo. And we have got World Elite Sky versus Fnatic Moon. Game number 3, the ace match for this third place match here at WCG 2012 Grand Finals. Moon coming so close to making it to the finals, but then taking a pretty heavy loss to Ted yesterday in the semifinals. Ted looking so strong. I'd be surprised if he didn't win the tournament.
Yeah, again, 2 Chinese players in the finals. We have Ted versus Fly 100.
Fly, the other one, yeah. And I believe that's going on right after this, I think.
Okay.
Or it's going on right now. It may be actually going on right now even. But we are going to watch Moon versus Sky. So this looks like a much bigger map than what we saw last time. A lot more bases.
Yeah, there's a lot of rounder cover here, so that's better for Moon. It leaves them less vulnerable to a tower rush.
Now, it's kind of interesting. I've been seeing human players do this, build these sort of like forward farms to just kind of scout.
Yeah, they can afford to do this because usually the Night Elf player will focus more on farming the creep, so the farms will stay alive.
Yeah.
And essentially, you want the Night Elf player to attack your farm because it takes a while to kill.
Yeah.
And then it gives you exactly the vision of where their army is, so then it gives you room to move around the map, maybe throw your own expansion up, and
that's nice.
Keep the map.
Cool. And so Moon moving out his Ancient of War to try to do some forward creeping here early on in the game. But like we just talked about, Fly is going to basically know everything that goes on. So now, in this particular case, we see the Warden gotten again. What starting hero do you think? Oh, never mind. It's going to be an Archmage. I was going to ask. So why the Archmage choice instead of the Mountain King this time?
Well, you get the Archmage, you get the Brilliance Aura, you get the Water Elemental, and we see some peons moving out. I don't know where they're going. I don't know if he's going to try a tower rush or maybe prevent Moon from creeping.
Well, that seems like he's pulling back, actually. So second guessing his plan, possibly.
The Archmage will allow him to creep easier. creating that summoned creature. It'll absorb all the damage.
Right. So that just means his hero won't be taking any damage at all, or a lot less anyway. The Warden, in the meantime, chasing down that Militia. Militia's like, what is it? And another Ancient of War on the way. So, pretty passive early game at the moment. It's creeping being done by both players. There's the second level for the Archmage. And so, what would be the normal builds for each of these players in this matchup on this map?
It kind of depends if Sky decides to expand or move to maybe a one-base timing push. So it looks like both players are reluctant, are just going to decide to creep each other's expansions.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see who's going to decide to expand.
In pretty much every game I've seen Sky play this weekend, he's been expanding. So I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to go for that. It just purely based on what I've seen this weekend, he seems to be the type of player that likes to expand. But we'll see. Level 3 already for the Archmage. That's a pretty quick level 3, it seems like.
Yeah, some really good creeping there. Nice item. He's got the Robe of Magi. The mid-right item gives him plus intelligence.
All right. Oh, goodbye. Gets to detonate the Wisp just at the very end there.
So yeah, we see 2 expansions going out from both players. So it's going to move to a mid-late game style here. Both players playing really safe. They didn't want to try any kind of early aggression, all-in type of strategy. Obviously, this one being the knockout match.
Yeah. Well, those houses are not going to help Sky, even though they are human houses. They're just part of the map. It's not going to be able to do much about that. And look at this, Moon's Tree of Life taking some decent damage here. Moon TP's back to take out the Water Elemental. So that seems like a good amount of pressure being put on by Sky, forcing Moon to spend the money.
Yeah, and this Tree of Life is actually getting really low here.
It looks like he'll barely be able to get the Water Elemental. Oh, but here comes the Footmen, though.
Oh, huge.
Man. That's going to really slow down Moon's expansion, too.
Yeah, absolutely. That was almost halfway built.
Yeah.
And Sky's already got his up and running.
Yeah, his Town Hall is finished, and he also has an Arcane Tower to defend that as well. Interesting. That one peasant taking the long way around. And Moon tries to get this around. There's the Water Elemental, though. And he's going to try to defend that Tree of Life yet again. Oh, wow. That one died very, very quickly. And will he be able to get it?
That was a missed detonate there.
Oh, man. That Tree of Life, it's going to need to be canceled again, I think. Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Moon can't afford that. Man, Sky just really, really being annoying to Moon in this game 3.
Yeah, he's so smart. I mean, that's just every time he kills it, he's putting him more and more ahead. So now Moon, he's far behind. He hasn't started his Tier 2 tech on his Tree of Life. He's still on Tier 1. He's still on one base. I kind of feel like he's forced to try to do a timing attack, because if he goes mid to late game, now that Sky has such an economical advantage, his army is going to be a lot stronger later on.
Yeah. I wish we could get a shot of Moon's base to see, if he is deciding just to attack. No, he's trying to put down that Tree of Life for the 3rd time now. Crazy. Well, I suppose, if he's able to get his Warden leveled up fairly quickly, defend like that, I don't know.
Yeah, and sorry, partner, it does seem like I have to go head over and cast the finals of Crossfire.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
Yeah, sure. I wish I could watch this, but again, I'll catch it on the replay next time.
All right, sounds good. And that was Rambo, ladies and gentlemen. He's got to go cast Crossfire, but it's cool of him to sit in and help me understand Warcraft 3 a little bit better. But you don't need to be an expert to understand that Moon's going to need to cancel his Tree of Life, it looks like, for a 3rd time. Yeah, here comes the Water Elemental getting trapped by the Archer, so Moon able to do it. Oh, the Water Elemental gets through, and Moon has to get rid of that Tree of Life again. That's, I feel like that's got to be it for Moon. After having to cancel that 3 times, now's the point where he's going to have to make that attack that we talked about a little bit earlier. Twice is a lot, but 3 times, Moon's in trouble, guys. And there's the drop play starting now for Sky. Going to be very annoying for Moon to deal with. And now Sky just towers up, just sets up those defenses. And it's going to be really hard for Moon to break this. Look at the Sim City, actually, when we get a shot of Sky's base, making it tough for Moon to get in there. And he's going to drop off again at this base. And Moon looks like he's going to lose another building. Oh, dust of appearance there. 2 Water Elementals going after that building. And, yeah, that's going to be it. Moon just really not able to get a single edge in this game 3. And what a huge turnaround. Sky down a game and then coming back to tie things up and now having such a strong early game in game 3. Really, really giving Moon a run for his money. And it looks like Moon's Goblin Shredder is going to get taken out as well. Again, that drop play from Sky just so devastating all weekend long. Archmage a little bit on the low side. He's going to Town Portal out in a safe location. Oh! It got taken out, though. How did that even happen? Moon must have had some sort of ability that did damage over time against that Archmage. Or maybe he just took a really high fall from the Zeppelin. I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't careful when he stepped out. Who knows? But that's exactly what Moon needed. That is so useful now, because now Moon has a level 4 Warden, and Sky has to rebuy his Archmage, who's going to be pretty far behind. So that may do a decent job of evening things up for Moon. Moon just taking the item from that camp and then leaving. Man. This is just a crazy game 3 right now. Sky's economy looking very, very strong at this point. He's got the workshop just completing again. Moon again going after another creep camp. And I feel like game 1, where we saw him hit level 6 with his Warden so quickly, really made a big difference. Moon being very annoying at that base now. And that Footman's going to get taken down as well. There's a Shadow Bolt from the Warden, and he's going to TP out after taking out that Footman. And the Zeppelin, meanwhile, in the main base of Moon. Sky does have some units in there. Moon's trying to get his archers in position to catch that Zeppelin, but it's a little bit too close, a little bit too quick for him to do that. So what is Moon going to do at this point? He's been so mobile around those on the map with the archers, and you kind of need to be to handle the Zeppelin play. But Sky's, shown himself to be really good at that. He does have the plane now. Another gnomish invention, I believe. Yep. And I think he has a Mountain King in that Zeppelin too. Yeah, he does, right there, yep. Kelv Sternhammer, level 1 Mountain King. And Moon's going to lose another building here if he's not careful. Yeah, he's going to. There it goes. The Zeppelin getting very low, so Moon may have these units a bit trapped here. The Zeppelin goes down, and Sky's going to have to Town Portal out of here. No question. Yeah, Moon's got to save that Zeppelin. Not microing maybe the best, letting that take a little bit more damage than it needed to take here. The Water Elemental's actually doing a really good job of picking off those archers, and now Moon, the one who's in trouble a little bit. There's 3 archers in that Zeppelin. Oh, Moon barely unloads just in time, and that's going to be, it looks like what Sky was waiting for. Yeah, there's the Town Portal now again to take him back home. And he's going Dwarven Tech, it looks like. He's starting to build the tanks. Moon's got a couple glaive throwers out, as we can see, so he will have long range himself as well. And interesting, we have a Paladin out now. So Tri-Hero, it looks like, for Sky, Mountain King Paladin and Archmage. And this is the first time I've seen him do this weekend. Uh-oh. That creep camp getting taken down. And Sky will continue to farm, giving some experience to his Paladin and his Mountain King, it looks like. The Warden is level 5, getting closer to that ultimate. Moon hasn't picked up a second hero just yet, but if he does, most likely it's going to be the Brewmaster like we've seen before. Siege Engines trying to take out that Glaive Thrower. No, they're just going to make a run for it, I guess. Wow. It's a long range for that Glaive Thrower, actually. And so, the Flying Machine giving Sky a lot of valuable scouting information. And Moon should know now that it is Tri-Hero for Sky. And look at this. Now we have the man himself sitting down for Warcraft 3. It is Keldor. This guy knows this game. So let me tell you where we're at so far in this game. We have level 5 Warden for Moon. Sky's going Tri-Hero, Mountain King Paladin, and Archmage. He was able to deny the Tree of Life at Moon's expansion 3 times. But Moon managed to take out the Archmage at level 3, so Moon was able to kind of get a little bit of a comeback there.
Man, the one thing that I can already tell you is that, of course, with Moon now getting for the Tree of Life, we have still him with a level 5 one. Oh, Siege tanks.
Yep.
I haven't actually seen those in a huge long time. Siege Engines coming right now, even the Zeppelin with him, of course, with a level 1. Those hero levels are really low. The IAM only on 3, and of course also Paladin and MK being on 1. The level 3 Shadow Strike moving in immediately, and he needs to TP out of there. Actually blocked, and this is a huge amount of trouble for the Archmage. He probably needs support out there. Fan of Knives being used already. A lot of air effect damage, and that's the TP out.
Yeah, and he's got to be careful. He already lost his Zeppelin earlier. He already lost his Archmage earlier as well at level 3. That's when he decided to pick up the 2 level 1 heroes afterwards. So even though he's had a pretty good economy, it seems like he's had a lot of trouble controlling creep camps. He's had a lot of trouble doing damage. Yeah.
Moon, you sneaky guy, goes here for the Zeppelin and of course the Glaive Throws. That's pretty awesome. He can use them later on, and that's exactly what he needs against the Siege Engine. So he saw that early, but he needs to make sure that his Tree of Life gets up and also in a good position at the gold mine. But pretty awesome that we have actually a third game between the two of them.
Yeah, game number 2 was really interesting. It started off with Sky going for a really, really early tower rush that Moon barely defended, but it was just kind of an uphill battle from there, and Moon couldn't quite do it.
That's so strong. Tower rush by human these days. That's exactly what Sky is known for. He either goes for a fast expand or tries to go in with a tower rush. That's what I talked about with the Remind. It's still a strategy that he used back in the days, but it's still very, very strong and powerful. But now the Illusion just moving in, and the Warden even getting the Stormbolt here. Wow. Of course, with the Brilliance Aura, it's not that big of a deal, but still, that's very annoying if you actually sacrifice this mana. On the other hand, where's the Warden right now? He needs it. He needs a little bit of pressure onto the Terran player. The supply is a problem, though. Wow, just saw that 75 against 45.
Yeah, it goes back to that early game where Moon had his Tree of Life denied 3 times. He kept trying to rebuild it.
This is a Warden game. He needs to have the level 6 Warden. Without it, it's going to be trouble. With a level 6 Warden, he can definitely try to do this, but right now, relying on the Fan of Knives is something that you can do, but with a Paladin around and probably also a couple of scrolls of healing later on the triple hero, that should be negated, and there's already the Archmage at the shop. Should have at least 1 scroll of healing in addition to what we already have from the Paladin with the Holy Light. And there they are, double scroll of healing.
Okay. And it looks like...
No way.
Yeah, it looks like Moon's going to take some losses at that base. And now we have a bit of a fight here.
Trying to get close with the Warden.
On the mortar teams.
Moves in and bomb by Fan of Knives and the Shadow Strike going for the second one, of course, with the siege damage against the unarmored Dryads. He does the extra damage, and that's also horrible for the Tree of Life. Here comes the Stormbolt. Only level 1, no problem for him to dodge that. The Knights are going to be the problem, and they are already forcing Moon back.
Yeah, Moon, those Glaive Throwers, nice against the Siege Engines, but he needs Druids of the Claw, I would think, against the Knights.
Scroll of Protection being used. Where are the risks for the Detonator? A few of them already going down. We have the Shredder joining the battle, and at the same time, the Warden just needs those upgrades. But
man!
He missed the Warden kill. I cannot believe it. He has to buy it back. Does he have the money, though? That's the big question right now.
He doesn't even have 500 gold at this point.
Oh, God. You cannot lose the Warden level 5.
GG, there it is.
It's Sky.
Wow. World Elite Sky gets the third place victory in WCG Grand Finals 2012. Moon practiced so hard for this, but in the end, Sky representing on his home turf.
I cannot believe we missed the one kill. That was the crucial moment in the last fight. If you lose that WRIII being in China as well. These guys are just idols.